Hi, Dad. Saturday, September 21st. It's around, I don't know, 5 o'clock or something. Just got to the cottage. You asked me earlier today if there was a new video, and there wasn't, so I figured I better make you one. Just got here. Just came outside. Starting to look like the first day of fall. So let's turn the camera around and take a walk around and see what's going on. So I just did a whole big long video walking around the whole place and everything, thinking that this video was running when it turns out I had only done the introduction. I probably won't redo the whole thing tonight because honestly I'm just tired, but I got a couple of these little things and I'm about to pick some of Bruce's tomatoes. And once they're picked, I can't show you them on the vine, can I? So I came back and decided to video them for you. So I've got some nicely ripe ones from the last time we were down. I'm going to combine those with these ripe ones and maybe get a head of garlic and do a tomato confit. Put it on pasta or something. So this is a volunteer squash of some kind. We don't know what it is, but there it is. All right, so the rest of this video will be recorded tomorrow. Good night. In retrospect, I guess I'll have to do the greenhouse because when I was in here thinking I was filming when I was not really filming, I did note that there was a fair amount of cherry tomatoes on this little volunteer plant. I didn't plant this one. It planted itself. So, if I want to pick these cherry tomatoes, I have to bring the video in here and show you. Oops. A green one, that's okay. Oh, while I'm in here, I'll also show you that I've got a couple of red bell peppers. This is a purchased plant. I already looked and saw that I don't really have any new cucumbers, except for maybe that little thing and that one thing it's kind of hiding. Maybe you can see it up there. It's kind of difficult to see. Some things going on in there, but at this late in the stage, I don't know what'll happen. The delicata squash are there. I have quite a few purple Cherokee tomatoes. They're big, huge things. And they are turning color and they're probably going to be great. It's going to be quite a few of them. They may end up being ripe while we're away. I don't know. A couple of hot peppers in there, Buena Mulata, I believe. But like the eggplant plants that I planted in here didn't do very much. I think this is Sugar Rush. Sugar Rush peach. They're coming around finally. There's quite a few on there. This is, what is that? This is white yellow. Big ribbed plants. I don't know what's over there in the corner. Nice big basil, some rosemary. I should cut that and hang that up to dry. I cut some rosemary at home and hung it and dried it. It's really good. Okay, I'm gonna pick the rest of those there little tomatoes right there and then head in. I'll record more tomorrow. I woke up this morning and when I looked at the forecast coming up, it says that there's a risk of frost for tonight. So I decided to start taking some of my herbs in, especially since I'll be away for a couple weeks. Starting in a couple weeks, I'd like to get it done as soon as possible. So I went out and I harvested all the rosemary growing outside, as in not in the greenhouse, and all the basil that's growing outside. And also I have a bay leaf plant that I harvested. So I've washed them all and rinsed them all, and I'm stringing them up in the basement. And this is the last bunch of basil ready to be tied up and hung. All right, I'm pretty sure you've seen this before, but this is my drying setup. So those are 3 garlic that are going to be used all through the winter. I already brought one of them home. These ones up here are the ones for replanting. These garlic here are the rumbacoli that are going to be used this year. Maybe I'll replant one of them. I didn't really get a chance to really see which ones I prefer. A couple of onions, I should harvest some more of those today. But then there's also the peppers. This one's cayenne with the pointy tips, and the pepperoncini have got the blunt tips, and they're drying well. I'm gonna harvest some more of those today too, in case we get frost, because I don't want them touched. I have a bay leaf plant, a bay laurel on my deck. I'll be taking it in over winter. It's in a big, beautiful pot. But I also chopped off most of the stems to dry. So I've got 3 sprigs drying. This is the entirety of the rosemary that was outside. Oh my God, it smells so good. And the ones at the house in the city, I picked all the little leaves off of it before I started drying them. And then I had to spread them out on a paper towel to dry. And I thought, what a pain in the butt this is. Next time I'm gonna just string them up like that and dry them. This is all the outside basil. There's quite a bit of it. And of course, there's more in the greenhouse. So yeah, once again, so far today and over the summer, this is what I have got. Today's a pretty windy day, so it may interfere with the microphone. I apologize for that ahead of time, Dad. I know that's not your favorite, to try to discern voices when there's a lot of background staticky noise. So hopefully it'll be okay. So putting a water line in the strawberries turned out to be a good idea. The plants have finally survived. Next year I'm going to have to do that for my raspberries because they're kind of hurting. It's bright. I shouldn't try to film into the sun. Okay, move around the other side. So, as you've seen before, these are my pepper plants. I'm going to try to harvest everything that's on them. I should also bring in my eggplant. They're probably ready. Some more of those guys, the midnight tomatoes and the bumblebee. They're so good when they're ripe. My parsnips will stay. Peas are tough. They can stay out for a while. This is celery. It's doing okay. I'll harvest some beans. This is the bed that the basil plants came out of. Oh, how did I miss one? Right there. I didn't see him. Anyway, these are the green Cherokee tomatoes. They're not very green. Anyway, I will harvest those guys as well. So, time to get to work. So this is what I have so far. All the little tomatoes and all the peppers and stuff are underneath. Those are almost all of a variety called Wychee yellow, and also the green Cherokee. I think this one might be a purple Cherokee, judging by the coloring that it's got going on up top there. We'll see. These ones, however, are a type called Manitoba, and I'm really curious to try them. They were given to me by it was part of a Christmas gift from people who had come to stay with us from Manitoba, who I was extremely happy to see. Anyway, there was 3 seeds in the package. They all germinated, they all grew. The tomatoes are not huge, but they sure are pretty. They're not quite ripe, so I don't know. I'll probably pull them in because I'm afraid that we will get that frost. So, this is my string bean harvest. Quite a bit more than I thought there would be. I can't remember if I videoed you about this plant before or not. So this one is slightly insane. It was part of the second cropping of beans. I planted these two little plants and then 3 of these here. This is one of them. It made a few beans. It's kind of come and gone. And then this is another one. It also made a few beans and then it was come and gone. But this one, I don't know what the story on this one was. It just kept growing and growing and growing and had no flowers on it at all, and was growing and growing and growing. And all of a sudden in the past week, it's put out a ton of flowers and has started finally producing. Like, I'm starting to wonder if this guy's going to be producing on into December. He's crowding out my first planting of, maybe this was my second planting. No, yeah, it was my first planting of parsnips down there. Also, my Swiss chard is being suffocated. I've got a couple of lacinato kale over here that are being crowded out as well. He's just putting out a tremendous amount of stuff. All right, there's that wind again, so I'm going to shut off my camera for a minute. All right, so this is what I pulled today. So I have 2 kinds in here. I have rainbow carrots, and I also have something called Nantes carrot. I got one funny one there. This one is pretty impressive. There's also some of these white carrots or yellow carrots in there. I guess those will go with supper tonight. I think I've got a craving for potatoes, oven roasted potatoes with rosemary, and I think I'll oven roast some carrots as well. And maybe I'll pull some of these beets. I wish they were bigger, but I think because I didn't have enough watering line in here, I think they didn't get enough water. So with this watering line last year and this year, I just kind of did a loop around. I don't think that was enough. Like, I got some more this year, and on this bed I've done a whole bunch of loops. I think next year when I lay the watering lines out, I will loop them more. Okay, it's windy and there's probably a lot of interference with my audio, so I'm going to cut off now.